What's up, gamers? Miracle here, and today we're actually going to be doing a different kind of video. It's not going to be a gameplay video. We're just going to be doing a build breakdown analysis. I got a comment from a gamer, and he was a little bit confused as to why I'm running this build on Skull Merchant because it doesn't really make sense to him. So what I'm going to try to do is, read his points and try to break down his questioning of the build the best way I can. So first thing he questions is, not all injuries are M1s, so less value from Sloppy. That is true. Not all injuries. Sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm stuttering. Not all injuries are from M1s. Obviously, if someone gets locked on by a drone, they will be, they'll get injured by the drone, which means that Sloppy is getting less value in that point. In that regard, Sloppy is getting less value, but that's where any of these other perks, maybe not brutal, but rapid brutality, dark devotion, and even, I'm so sorry for the dog, iridescent unpublished manuscript and prototype rotor come into play. Because let's just say someone gets injured by a claw trap across the map and I just hit the obsession, so now I have dark devotion, so now I'm undetectable for 30 seconds. I'm tracking the lockdown survivor. They have no idea I'm coming, and maybe again, I just got done hitting the obsession, so I have rapid brutality. So I'm catching up to them. I'm going to get to them quicker, and they don't know that I'm coming unless they're on comms and someone is telling them, hey, I think the Skull Merchant is going for you. Same thing, even if I'm not using Dark Devotion in a sense, someone may have just disabled one of my drones, so now I have undetectable for 15 seconds. Or maybe I even just put a drone down and I have undetectable for 8 seconds, so I have the jump on the survivor whether or not I'm hitting them with Sloppy or if they're getting injured by the claw trap. Gotta unlock my phone. I am so sorry. Struggling. Let's see. Yeah. So he also said Killer has the ability to go undetectable, so not as much need for Dark Devotion. Not a guaranteed down after the first M1. So first. Okay, so we'll go back to the Dark Devotion point. So yes, the Killer has the ability to be undetectable for 8 seconds after putting a drone up, which is correct, but that's only 8 seconds and I have to put a drone up. So I'm not saying it's not predictable every single time she puts one up, but it's like you just have extra stealth. Like if you hit the obsession, you're undetectable for 30 seconds. 8 seconds can only get you so far. That can maybe get you to a gen that's like right next to another gen, that can maybe get you another survivor, get you to another tile. But 30 seconds, you can be across the map, so the survivors will not know. And that adds to the whole claw trap thing. Like the survivors, having them will either sloppy butchered or locked on with a claw trap. They don't know where you're at. And that's where both of these come into play with her power, because yes, you get 8 seconds after you throw up a drone, but you also get 30 seconds from Dark Devotion, and then you get 15 seconds after they disable a drone. So at almost probably more times than you could ever imagine in the trial, I'm so sorry for the dog. I'm going to be undetectable. You got 15 seconds, you got 30 seconds, and you have 8 seconds. Like, that's a pretty long time. Let's just say it's all like everything's happening at once. I just threw up a drone, someone disables it, and then I just hit the obsession. That is so much undetectable, and I could literally be anywhere. I could be anywhere at any time, and I just like that factor that I can get the jump on the survivors even more. And personally, I love stealth killers, and I love the stealth gameplay. Like, I like just sneaking up on survivors. I like going up against stealth killers because it makes the game scary. You have to be on alert, you got to be on your toes. So adding Dark Devotion and iridescent unpublished manuscript adds more stealth to the Skull Merchant than people are realizing, so it can catch them off guard. Not to mention, this also gives them a terror radius. So they don't know for sure if I'm going to be around or if I'm going to be going after someone across the map. So that's where Dark Devotion and Iridescent Unpublished Manuscript help out with her Undetectable that she already has. Let's see. Not a guarantee down after first M1, and no guarantee first injury will be from M1, so less value from Rapid Brutality. Agreed. Not every injure will come from an M1 because she has the lock-on ability. So the thing is, I'm stuttering. Thing is, when you M1 a survivor, that means you're getting sloppy and you're getting rapid. So the idea behind that is, if I'm M1ing them, then they're sloppied. So if I decide to leave chase, then they'll have sloppy, so they either have to eat the sloppy and heal through it, or they have to just wait out sloppy, which means, will I come back to the survivor before sloppy goes away, or before they heal again? And then Rapid Brutality, if I'm M1ing them, then it's a faster chase. I'm guaranteeing that I'm going to get something out of a chase, and that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing with this whole build, and that's what I'll touch upon with Brutal Strength. This whole build is stealth and chase. Like, the idea behind it is to be stealthy, and the idea is to have a pretty good chase. So M1ing a survivor will give me Rapid Brutality, which means I'm more than likely going to catch up to them, because Skull Merchant gets haste from scans. If I'm putting a drone down and someone's getting scanned across the map, that means Rapid Brutality is going to stack with whatever scans I have. Not to mention, if they get claw trapped and then they get hindered, that is even more like I'm going to catch up to the survivor. So the survivor's either going to have to give me, they're going to have to give me something. They're going to have to give me a pallet. They're going to have to give me another hit. Or they're going to have to give me a health state, or they're going to have to give me a pallet. I'm getting something out of the chase no matter what. Regardless if I'm leaving the chase or not. If I leave the chase, then they're sloppied, and then I could use Rapid Brutality to go to another gen or find another survivor or whatever. But if I M1 them and continue the chase, then they have to give me something. So they're either going to go down, or they're giving me a pallet that they probably don't want to throw, or they will greet the pallet because they don't realize that I have Rapid Brutality. You know what I'm saying? You 9 times out of 10, when you're running Rapid Brutality, you will get something, especially I would say with Skull Merchant, because you can get even more haste through the scans that she gets through her drones. So you'll get even more speed if you're running rapid with Skull Merchant, because she has haste within her kit and her kit. So hitting them with your M1 will grant sloppy, and it will grant rapid, which will 9 times out of 10 give you a pallet or another health state. So that's the idea behind Rapid Brutality and sloppy for the M1s. And then unsafe pallets can be drones, so not as much value for Brutal Strength. That is true. And personally for me, I really just hate pallets. And again, this build is around chasing. So let's just say I M1 them, or even claw trap them. They get haste regardless. So if they throw a pallet, then I can just shred it real quick. If it's an unsafe pallet, then even if it's an unsafe pallet, I can just mind game it. But let's just say it's a really good pallet. I can M1 them. They throw the pallet. I throw a drone up. I can play the loop for a little bit. Let's just say they get scanned a couple times, or even once. I break the pallet, I shred through it, and now I have haste from my drone because they got scanned. So not only did I just break the pallet quicker, I have haste from my drones, or maybe even leftover from Rapid Brutality. So this survivor, again, is probably going to have to give me a health state, or the survivors are going to have to give me a health state, or they're going to have to give me their resources. So that's the whole idea behind this build. It's have good chases, guaranteed get something out of every chase, and then have stealth. And I personally believe that it works very well with Skull Precision. Wow, just had a stroke. It works really good with Skull Precision because she already, again, she does have built-in haste. She has built-in undetectable, but then adding even more, haste and undetectable, and things that make her do things quicker. I make her more unpredictable and more dangerous to be injured. I think it helps with her. So, and I'm sure you could probably run this build on any other stealth killer, or probably, I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of different killers that you can run this on too, but I personally love this on Skull Merchant because it adds more unpredictability, and it adds just quicker, and for me, I think it adds, like, I don't want to say easier chases, but it adds, like, it gives me, I just feel like I get value out of every chase that I'm in because I'm getting something. Like, they will give me something regardless even if I'm shredding through like 9 pallets on Gideon Meat Plant, I'm still getting pallets. Even if it's not winning me the game, I'm still getting pallets. Like, I'm shredding through them. They have to give them to me. If they greed them, they die. That's the thing. If they greed the pallets, they die. If they don't greed the pallets, I shred them. And that's the idea behind Brutal. Rapid Brutality is if I am M1ing them and they're not getting injured by claw traps, I am catching up to them quicker, and they have to give me a pallet or they're giving me a health state. Sloppy Butcher is just simply, if I M1 them, then they're injured, and if I decide to leave chase, then they have to either, they're probably not choosing to heal. They're gonna wait out Sloppy, and if I catch them later while they're injured, then they're fucked. And then Dark Devotion, again, if I catch them slipping because they don't know where I'm at because I have 30 seconds of stealth, which is it's honestly kind of a long time. Like, if you think about it, when you're in a trial and you're in it, like, if you're in a chase, if you M1 your obsession and then you leave them, you have 30 seconds to find another survivor off guard. Like, 30 seconds on top of whatever she's already getting from her built-in power or even this iridescent add-on. Like, you have so much time to sneak up on survivors, and sometimes it works, especially, again, comboed with Sloppy Butcher or Rapid Brutality, because they're not like, oh shit, it's the Skull Merchant, she's coming after me, I'm injured, oh, she's so fast, why the fuck is she so fast? Oh, she just shredded that fucking pallet, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I think this build has synergy, and not only does it have synergy, but it has synergy with the Skull Merchant. But that is my analysis of one of my favorite builds on Skull Merchant. I do have other builds. I'm sure I'll be playing with them at some point, but hopefully that clears things up for the gamer that asked me to break it down. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and tune in next time for the next Skull Merchant video, and I will see you on the next one.